Glorious day to you, my friends. Kia katatara atakasi itukuruhuturu. Welcome to Shine, Stargate Heart, illuminate your natural essence. Ista-devata arara where we are exploring our heart centers. Niako uturu uturu shahitata. Listening to it. Maybe gaining wisdom on how to be more like our inner being, or allow it to live more fully in our lives. We're doing this by chanting the magical chant, Om Mani Padme Hum, and we're doing this 108 times using the mala of joy. And in this mala of joy, we are breaking up the 108 seeds into 9 groups of 12. And these 9 groups represent one of the chakras in our Merkaba, our ascension vehicle, our light body, Iskatiyariyarata. And these 9 chakras are at the bottom of our Merkaba, Vasundhara, the Earth Star chakra, the surrender, let go, the settle into, relax into energy. Then we have Muladhara, the root chakra, Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra, Manipura, the solar plexus chakra, Anahata, the heart center, Vishuddha, the throat chakra, Anya, the third eye, Sahasrara, the crown chakra, and at the top of our Merkaba, Siokoturu Uttakaria Sasireta, Vyapini, the soul star chakra. And let's more think of this as inviting and allowing. Kutur utur urshkatiuratakara iskurata ariarata hayara. And in each of these 9 chakras, we break up the 12 seeds into 4 groups of 3, where this is modeled after Samavriti Pranayama, the box breath, where for the first 3 seeds or 3 days, we are breathing in the energies of the chakra, or breathing in the allow. Since we're on Vyapini today, we're in the last 5 days. Can you believe it? Where we breathe in the energies, and the next 3 days or 3 seeds, we are holding our breath with a full set of lungs, where we are exploring the energy, playing with it. What does it mean to us? We're observing it, and we're listening to what our inner being has to say about the energies. We're also exciting the energy, we're baking it, we're making our jewel. And we're on these next 3 days, we're on the breath out. So after we've held our breath for 3 seeds or 3 days, we are just breathing out. That's it. Whether it's a controlled breath out or whether it is just a release of the energy, we are radiating the energy outward naturally. Our inner being is actually doing this shining of our being, where we just relax and allow it to do so, where we settle into it. And then the last 3 days, or 3 seeds, we hold our breath with an empty set of lungs, where we are harmonizing the energy, we're stabilizing the energy, we are becoming present with it. Where we learn to be present with the energy. And since we're working on Vyapini, this allow, and it's hard to talk about this soul star chakra without talking about the earth star chakra, because they're the 2 poles in our torus field, in our light body, where the energy flows out of. We surrender to our south pole, our Earth Star Chakra, and it goes around the torus field and it comes back into the top of the torus in the North Pole in this Soul Star Chakra. And so we're inviting and allowing, and we're going to build on. Today we're going to build on the idea that we talked about yesterday, this love, this unconditional love that's all accepting, which is the true nature of your inner being. When we're in the let go and embody the emptiness is what we're doing. We're peeling away the layers of our onion. As a matter of fact, we're not even peeling them away. By us settling into the breath as it leaves, which allows our inner being to shine. And these layers will just drop away like our lotus opening up. It's going to open up to the shine. Iskata arata iriata. This beautiful flower that we are on our inside. Breathing in is the Om. The Mani is us holding our breath. Our jewel, Mani means jewel, Neoryotuko or pearl. And the Padme, we are opening up our lotus. We are shining our inner being, Neoryocha Otukuru. And with that, we are interacting with the rest of the universe, Usukutur, in this idea of separation from everything else. Neokuturiya Shahyata Karayata. And we are on this middle day over here, where we are most radiant, Niurutakatara. It takes a little bit of time for us to breathe out, unless we're just, taking the big cleansing breath. Si ituru uta atakariasa akariyarata. So when we, so uturu ushahikatakariyasa, we're getting to the emptiness. Niurusa atakiriyarta. We're allowing the emptiness. We're settling into the emptiness because wisdom and emptiness are inseparable. And maybe we don't want to go totally empty, because when we go totally empty, guess what? We're going all the way up to the Om, and we're going home. And it's interesting that they wanted to talk about home yesterday, because tomorrow, August 5th, my aunt, she was in the hospital in her last days, and I went to go give her Reiki. And her children were there while I was giving Reiki. And then after the session, she comes out of it and goes, "There's something to that." And I chuckle, and my cousins were over there and watched the whole thing. I go home, and then cousins post, "Mom has decided to go home. She stopped eating." When we're near the end, if we can get that peace, if we can experience that peace, that loving acceptance, it makes the transition that much easier. And we called her Queen Mary. She was the eldest of her generation, and she was the queen of the family. And when I went to visit her, and her children really suggested that I offer it. And then she allowed it to happen. It was beautiful. But this unconditional love, this all-knowing, sees through every part of you and accepts every part of you love, is what we, if we let go, is what shines out. Which is why we turn it over to our inner being. So, and this is why we relax into it. Because even though we think we've let go, we can settle in a little more and release a little more and settle in a little more. Ease into it. Practice. Si uturio, sho uturuto. Can we find some place to soften? And our being just radiates. And as a human, we're not going to let go completely, but we can get to sleep. And we get to other brain states of meditation or of relaxing. And those states are the higher forms that once we leave this soul star chakra and go upwards and allow that information to come in, this is where the gifts start revealing themselves. Whether you speak light language or light script, or you start to channel, or you start to get visions, and to me, the easiest way, I trust the information the most when I didn't expect it to come in. And when I channel, I get into my high vibrational state, and then the being who's ever going to channel is just coming and meeting me right there. I go into a little meditation first, and then I speak a light language that raises my vibration. Nihakar arsanihi itar utur ushaheta. Atahi akatira shahia saanari arakahiso otoro. Ishahia atakarasa etakara asutu uhunania rahatakariata. The devotional prayers and songs from my heart, which brings me up to that place where I can channel, and I can channel effortlessly. And when at the beginning you just start talking, and then after a while you settle in and you relax into it, and then the being really settles in you when you settle in it. And the light language flows when you settle into it. You try not to get in the way, but that's kind of a blocker. This breathing out, just think of it as breathing out. And then you go. Who knows what your engagement with spirit is? Who knows what your gifts are? Your inner being may know. No Uriya Shaha does know. So utar arskana hitakariata. And it's best if you find out for yourself. Because when you find out for yourself, you believe it. And you put it in your belief system. And it drives you. It inspires you. But when we go seeking too much for that information. That just creates separation between you and it. When we settle in, and we relax, we are unfolding our lotus, the layers of the onion of who we think we are, the layers of the onion of resistance, they just fold away. And the aspects of our inner being just take over. In the beginner Reiki classes, if you take my classes, I teach to just call on it and it's going. Sooner or later, you will feel it and trust in it. But trust in the fact that when you say go or Reiki on, that the energy starts flowing. And when I have conversations with Reiki 1, Reiki 2, maybe even Reiki masters that learn from someone else. I'm not trying to put myself up on a pedestal. I'm just saying when I'm talking with them and I find out that they don't trust in the energy, I have a conversation. I find out why they don't believe. And I said, and when I tell them, well, you're attuned to Reiki. So I can guarantee you it's the same energy that's coming out of you that's also coming out of me. And it's the same flow, it's the same rate. And you will learn over time. And then I ask them to send it to me. And then they send it. And I say, now relax. Now breathe. And then they start to feel it. A little gentle guidance, a little relaxing. And they start to feel it. And then they want to go share again. It's the same thing with light language or anything else. When I first started, I faked it. I faked it because I was in a group that were speaking, and my buddy started speaking binary. And I'm going, oh, I could totally fake that. I could totally fake that 10001 10011 101010001. And after a while, it's not me talking. And I go, huh. And then a little later on, he started speaking B. Okay. And I go, wow, I could totally fake that. I could totally fake that. And then I noticed that after a second or two, it wasn't me anymore. But it wasn't until later on that when the need arose, when a friend needed a blessing, and it was a deep, heartfelt blessing. And it was just like, I know I can't do it. I was confident that I could bring in the energy that could do it, but I couldn't do it. And so I just placed my hands and I stepped aside and allowed that energy to come through. And then all of a sudden, because I stepped aside, because I allowed it to flow, my need for him to receive was far greater than my need to see it and witness it. And when it came out, my eyes were bugged out. I felt the energy coming through. I felt the light language. I saw the beings who were speaking through me, and it was amazing. And at the end of that retreat, I did not speak for the rest of that retreat. There's other things that I needed to do. But as soon as I got home, everywhere I walked, everywhere. I was speaking in the grocery store. Everywhere. Sometimes I was going slowly or softly, but I couldn't control it anymore. This cork came out and it was just flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing. And I didn't care. And I thought it was amusing. That's what I've been all week long. I've been blissfully amused. The interactions of energy, the ebbs and flows of energy in my body, the or lack of energy in my body. Anyway, the story was just to emphasize the allowing and how can I allow more, and how can I get my brain out of the equation of relaxing, easing. But by inviting in and thinking about that unconditional love, all accepting, unconditional love, it slows me down because I'm not in a rush to get anywhere. So and when we slow down and we listen to our inner being, maybe we get to feel that and hear that. So and when you do, and anybody I lead in just a less than 5-minute breathing exercise because they're frantic or whatever. And these are people that I'm amazed at everyone's humanness, including my own. And when the humanness takes over, of the many, many, many people that I respect, and when the humanness takes over, it's time to get back to the breath. And go within. And if I'm go into the breath, and then once we get there, or they get there, and they get to that stillness, and then they start to feel that, oh, yeah, we can stay there. But if we were having a conversation 2 minutes before, and now they feel all better, and now they're chuckling and giggling and going, yeah, I like that. That's what it's about. We can return that quickly by simply slowing down, returning to the breath, not thinking, and allow our breath and our inner being to go, hey, you're okay. And if we sit there in that, I'm okay, I'm loved no matter what, I'm accepted no matter what, I am complete. then the wisdom can then come in. Nirusohota sihasa arata. But as we say, as they say, expecting the wisdom or wanting the wisdom is just going to keep it away. Because of how we think about it. Because we think about it as over there, and the universe only hears over there. But if we get to that emptiness, that emptiness is the wisdom. So I invite you, let us go ask our inner being. So I invite you to close your eyes. Nuhuturu arakarnaha sayara isanata kariyarata. And whether you sit or lie down, nuhuturu utakara sayata. If you're lying down, I ask you to, straighten your spine as much as possible. Comfort is the most important thing. Maybe not cross your arms or legs, so that the energy flows more freely. No uru ura harshahya sakata. Saya atukuru uturu utakarya. So let us focus our awareness on our breath. Kuturu utarya ranahatakaryarata. As we slowly lengthen and deepen our breath, as we listen to the sound of our breath, as we feel how it feels to breathe in, as we simply breathe out. As we feel the temperature of the air as we breathe in, as we simply breathe out. Now let us focus our awareness on our heart center. For in our heart center is our holy fire, our unconditional, all-accepting love. Nioroto iskatati riarahanananiariata. And every breath that we take with intention, nioroto urota atakara hasatiyariarata, fans the flames of our holy fire, niakoturasasayariarata, and brightens our bright light, niorota atakara hasayariata atarisana. Koturu utoriata ananiariarata. And we invite this unconditional love, this pure unconditional love from the highest source of consciousness, this unconditional all-accepting love, into our heart center. And I invite you to start the divine flow if you have not done so already. Let us take the energy from our heart center, and move it up through the chakras, through Vishuddha, through Anya, through Sahasrara, through Vyapini, reaching up into the realms, through all these ideas of separation, and entering into the highest source of consciousness, where there is no judgment, where there is no ego, where there is only unconditional love that is all accepting, which is the holy fire, which is the Holy Spirit, where it always respects free will, where the power is unlimited. And let us bring back more pure holy fire, all accepting unconditional love, down through the realms of separation, which is really no distance away at all, through Vyapini, purifying all the realms of separation, purifying Vyapini, purifying Sahasrara, purifying Anya, purifying Vishuddha, and bringing this energy back into Anahata, purifying Anahata, purifying and dispelling all ideas of separation, and bringing this energy down through the lower chakras, down through Manipura, purifying it, through Svadhisthana, purifying it, through Muladhara, purifying it, Manipura, if I misspoke, through Vasundhara, purifying it, growing roots down into Mother Earth, purifying these roots, down, deep into the heart of Gaia, sure we'll say the word, purifying it, so utur utakariyarasa. On the last day we'll find out it's the same place. Iuro utur ursanahaya shahirakata. Giving her a great big hug, and bringing back her grounded, unconditional, all-accepting love. Up through the root system, purifying all these ideas of separation, back through Vasundhara, Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura, and back into Anahata. And let us turn over to our inner being to continue this divine flow without any conscious thought. Kaniyatikatar arhasanika atur ugusha at arhiskana atari etoro huta at karihatara. And now on the out breath, let us shine this energy out from our heart center, out from all of our chakras, out from our physical body, out from our aura, just shine, because that's what stars do. and out into every aspect of our awareness. Nikatati hatiriariata hasa adiariarakata. In every way and everywhere and every when. Niariashahatukuryotokurota. Filling all of our awareness nikatariashahasisiariata, with this unconditional love that is all accepting, all pervading. It was already there, but we have consciously put it in our awareness. Yes, you understood. You are letting go of who you think you are. Because back when you were young, you believed wholeheartedly in this unconditional love, this holy fire, this Holy Spirit. No matter what religion, this is divinity. And let us create in our mind's eye, in our imagination, a chest of our creation, of your creation. And let us put in all these ideas of separation, all these ideas of limited beliefs. Let's put in the boundaries of our mind. Let us also put in all of our anger, all of our worry. All of our fears, all of our doubts. For we are here and now. We are present. Let's also put in our guilt and our shame. And our grief. And while we're at it, let's also put in all these lies. Especially the lies that we tell ourselves. And let us put in anything that's illusion. All that which is not. And let's put in all of our attachments and adornments. Our rose-colored glasses. All of our filters. Let's put in all of our judgment too. And everything that we're holding against anyone. Because it does not belong here and now with you and your inner being. Let us also ask our inner being to also put in that does not belong in the present moment. What it feels no longer serves us. And also those ideas and those things that might distract us from our time with the chant, our time with the breath, and our time with the energy, our inner being. This all accepting, unconditional love always accepts you, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what, no matter who you are. And let us close the lid on this chest and set it aside. As we allow the layers of our onion to dissolve, to fall away, the limitations of this physicality to fall away. Today we will start off with one Eye-eem, which is simply the two sounds as the voice travels out of our vocal channel. Ah, oo, and then we will close our lips and savor it. Savor it. And then we'll one Eye-eem, asihitur utur urshanahirata, which is the same ah sound, but the I sound is niorosa atakariata at a different section of our vocal tract. Niatara sotoru. And again, we will close it and savor it. Si otoru asananiariarata. Then we will chant Om Mani Padme Hum. If you're in sync, we will do it 108 times. If you're going to roll with it, we'll do it about 18 minutes. We will not pay attention to where we are in the mala of joy, because we are this mala of joy. So utur kochana isa katakariara. And at the end, we will close out with one Eye-eem and one Eye-eem. And a breath in for Eye-eem. Eye-eem. And a breath in for Eye-eem. Eye-eem. And a breath in to chant. Om Mani Padme Hum. Sanatakarhatita. Ishohotoro Tarata Atira Haraka.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Isaka Achara Haratika. Hotoro Hanadi.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hokotoro Urashahea Tara. Taiheaka Araratike.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hotoro Tokora. Atakarata Hatita Harahatita.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Katakarasa Hera. Itoro Hukotoro Hutanaha.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Isa Hukotoro Hutaranahara. Ashahera Hakai.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ishake Arata Hanakahera. Ishakati
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hutaria. Itatakarata Atirariata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ishakatara Hisahanata Kareta. Atoro Hukotora.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hutora Hayana. Atur Hutora Haya.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Achahatakara Hisata. Atoroto Utoro Okaya Acharita.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ishohotoro Ayat Atarina.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ator Hokotoro Hoshaya Akatara Harta. Ashatu
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Otor Hokatara Hata. Ishotora.
Om Mani
Hatoro
Padme
Utanata
Hum.
Karata Yetara Hoto. Otoro Hatara Hashia.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Itara Hatita Harisaha. Atoro Hokota.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Otoro Aya. Ishahanatari.
Om Mani Padme
Ichata
Hum.
Harhatakahe. Atoro Hokotarahi. Atoro Hokotoru
Om
Haya.
Mani Padme
Ichahatatakahi
Hum.
Sataha. Atoro Hokota. Ichahatara Harkana Hatita.
Om Mani
Itoro
Padme
Tooro.
Hum.
Ishahatakara Hesohotara Heta. Ishahakara Harana.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Atur Hushaya Sura. Ishotoro Aya.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Kotor Anahasarata.
Om Mani Padme
Ichahara
Hum.
Hatakiria. Hitor Hokotoro Utanahatara.
Om Mani
Haturoto
Padme
Urhatara Hata.
Hum.
Atur Hokotoro Huta.
Om
Kotoro
Mani
Utatara
Padme Hum.
Atoro Hokatara Hata. Itor Hotora Hana.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hoto Unahata Taharaheta. Ishohotoro Huta.
Om Mani
Atiriarata
Padme
Hakaya
Hum.
Atarahata. Huto Ohokatiara Hasisira. Itokoraita
Om
Hanata Kareta.
Mani Padme
Ator Hotoro
Hum.
Unahatita. Ator Uhotor Utanahatarahi. Ator
Om
Hokotara Hasha.
Mani Padme
Ator Hokotoro
Hum.
Hutoro Utana. Ita Taharata Hatita Harahatita.
Om
Kotor
Mani
Hokota.
Padme
Ator
Hum.
Hokotoro Unata Karati. Kanata Harahati Harahashi Yesuhotoro.
Om Mani Padme
Asohokotoro Huta.
Hum.
Ishahatara Arakanahatetahi. Ato Hotoro
Om
Shanatarahi.
Mani Padme Hum.
Atarahasasira. Ator Hokotoro Huna. Itahatara Arahatira.
Om Mani
Ator Hokotoro
Padme
Huta.
Hum.
Ishaharat Kahira. Sat Kahatat Giryara.
Om
Ishohotoro
Mani
Utarahatayara.
Padme Hum.
Konoto Horotoho. Atahiriariatahataka.
Om
Kotoro Totora.
Mani Padme Hum.
Haturo Uturna Hatarahi Sahatakari.
Om Mani
Haturo Hokotoro.
Padme
Chayata
Hum.
Arahasanahi. Atoto Ohotoro Hata. Hikiarata
Om
Tahareta.
Mani Padme
Haturo
Hum.
Hotoro Orakana Hasasiriara. Hatoto Tohoro Tahatidaha.
Om
Kachahatara
Mani
Arakahiri.
Padme Hum.
Kotoro Hotara Arahanata. Isohokotoro Otanata Karihisota.
Om Mani
Shayeta Tahara.
Padme Hum.
Kotoro Hokatara Arakanahata. Itoro Hotana Hatariheta.
Om
Atoro ya
Mani
kohotoro
Padme
hatanaha.
Hum.
Katoro hotaraha. Atoro hokotoro hona.
Om
Isahatata
Mani
arahatira.
Padme Hum.
Ato hokatara shehara. Ato horotagana.
Om
Ishahatata
Mani
arahatakarana.
Padme
Ato horoto
Hum.
horotohara. Katakarata hata. Kotoro hotoro
Om
hotara hataha.
Mani Padme
Atoro
Hum.
hokoto oro hoshaya. Katahara takana hateta hara. Kotoro
Om
otoro harishi.
Mani Padme
Katoro hokora
Hum.
hare. Hasahagera hartahanihara. Hotoro otohara
Om
takarata.
Mani
Katoro
Padme
hotoro harshaha.
Hum.
Hatoro otana takarata. Itata hara hatakehera.
Om
Ashkorosha.
Mani Padme
Atakarshana
Hum.
takarata. Hatoroto otakara. Hashahea taara.
Om
Isahana takarata
Mani
hatite harata.
Padme Hum.
Hotorota. Aturayata hanakahera.
Om
Atarhartakahera.
Mani
Ishakara
Padme
arakahera.
Hum.
Atoro hokotoruha. Arwaka hashaya taara.
Om
Aturuto
Mani
orota.
Padme Hum.
Isharataha. Karyaka hasara. Hatoro hokorana harehoto.
Om
Hatoto
Mani
uhu horsha.
Padme Hum.
Arharika. Aturu hukushayata araheata. Hakaharata
Om
kiariarataha.
Mani Padme Hum.
Aturu hotoro hasana. Ichararakahe.
Om
Arahokotoro.
Mani
Utoro hotoro
Padme
shahea.
Hum.
Atahatar hatar shenero rota. Itoro
Om
taharata hata.
Mani Padme
Kotoro
Hum.
hokotoro hota. Ashahatara arakanahasi sahata.
Om
Toro to
Mani
uhotoro hata.
Padme Hum.
Ashakahorota. Atoro hokonata arahata.
Om
Hatoto
Mani
uhota harata.
Padme Hum.
Arahokoshoho. Utoro hokotoro hanata. Ichata harata
Om
hatakarahasi.
Mani Padme
Arahokono.
Hum.
Utoro hokatara hata. Atakarata harietaha.
Om
Otoro
Mani
hokotoro hosha.
Padme Hum.
Ati hariaratakaha. Ototo horota atitikiaraha.
Om Mani Padme
Atorotoha.
Hum.
Atakarata hatara harsha. Isohotoro. Kaya karata.
Om Mani
Atatakarana
Padme
hatiaria.
Hum.
Atoro hokotoro hota. Ator hiata anatakarata.
Om
Hahokoto
Mani
rota
Padme
anatakara.
Hum.
Ishahanata karahatitaha. Otoro hotoro hanataha.
Om
Atoro
Mani
hokotoro hota.
Padme Hum.
Otorota. Ishahiaka asana hakatara. Itoro kotora
Om
hayataha.
Mani Padme Hum.
Kotoro hotoro hosana. Atoro hokotoro hosana. Atoro.
Om Mani
Ichata
Padme
arahasaki
Hum.
arahatarahe. Arhoroko hoto. Ator hokotoro
Om
unahatarayeta.
Mani Padme Hum.
Ashahatarayakara. Ator hokotoro. Arkarshahayakara nahati.
Om
Atoro
Mani
toro hashayata.
Padme Hum.
Atoro okonohotoro. Ator shahakara sa.
Om
Isakatara ketaha.
Mani
Ator
Padme
hokotoro.
Hum.
Kayahakara. Isa tatakarata hateta.
Om
Ishotora nota
Mani
atakarata
Padme Hum.
hatatareta. Otoro hokotoro. Ishkahatar arana atakara.
Om Mani Padme
Atoto
Hum.
uhuto uro hatara arekaha. Arhoroto uro. Utoro hokotara
Om
arakanahata.
Mani Padme Hum.
Ishahatatara arakanahati dara. Utoro okatara arakanero.
Om
Atoro
Mani
hokotoro.
Padme
Atoro
Hum.
hokatara arashanahatita. Hatotoro utotogarsha.
Om
Hatoro okotoro.
Mani Padme
Hatoro yatana
Hum.
hatyara. Hatakarata atiriara. Hatakoro
Om
toro
Mani
hashaya atana.
Padme Hum.
Konoto horota. Ato horota araharsha.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ator hokotoro onahasi. Aturayatara.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Kahiaka ararta nata. Isohokotoro hotoro hashaya.
Om Mani Padme
Aturo
Hum.
horoto naha. Kai tarata harasa.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Korahia sahanata. Ishohotor hokotoro hata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Atoro hotoro. Kataharara. Isohotara anata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Kaihaka arahasa. Kotoro tata yariata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ana. Itiariarata kaha. Isohotoroto
Om Mani Padme
Ishahatara
Hum.
haraka hera. Atukoroto. Atukorohatata ara.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Aturiatahata. Katara harata hata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Asahakatara artenerea. Itohoroto ratakarieta
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Atakarata hatita hara. Atukoroto.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Haturu huturu aya. Katana hatakeriara.
Om Mani Padme
honata
Hum.
arahasira. Aturu hukotu shana. Atahara artakeria
Om
tahia.
Mani Padme
Ishohotoro
Hum.
anahayarata. Achakaratihi. Atur hukona hataraya.
Om Mani
Ishahatara
Padme
arhanat
Hum.
garita hatudo. Achkoraya. Araharkarna hera.
Om Mani
Atutuhuroto
Padme Hum.
Utuhurushahe. Atukorohotoro utanahatakiri.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Araharashahya. Kanatakarata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Arakarataha. Isohotoro utunahayata. Ishahatagiriarataha.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ashahatara hisana. Atoro hokotoro hotara.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Kotara harakahesa. Kitararata hira.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Karihirar shahe. Karotoro hotoro hota.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Atoro hokotoro.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Atoro utoro. Atari hisara.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Koto toro hotara. Isahanata karahi. Atoro toro
Om
hosana hata.
Mani Padme
Ichahatara
Hum.
arana kahe. Ishohotoro hokatara hati.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Itatakarata hera. Ishohotoro tohorayata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Karasha hesa akara harati. Hatoro o nahotoro.
Om
Ishohotoro
Mani
hokatara
Padme
arkanahitara.
Hum.
Kotor hotara. Atiriariarataka.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Arhoroto. Otoro hotona hatara.
Om Mani Padme
Atoro
Hum.
hotoro anahakatara. Kicharyarata hatara.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Shahe. Ahotoro otanata karataha. Atoro
Om
otorahata.
Mani Padme
Ishotoro
Hum.
atakarata. Itarhanaka. Isoktoro ota.
Om Mani
Atoro
Padme
urushayata
Hum.
ara. Isototoro honata karitaha. Atoro
Om
kotoraha.
Mani
Atoro
Padme
hotoro hushayata.
Hum.
Hator o nahatakara hesaya. Ator hotana.
Om Mani
Arohorakashara
Padme
arakarieta.
Hum.
Hatoto uhutara hetarahi. Otorata.
Om Mani
Atorayata harata.
Padme Hum.
Isha atakarata. Itakarata natarahato. Utoro. Karara. Isara. Anahata. And a breath in for Eye-eem. Eye-eem. And a breath in for Aum. Aum. Stay here for as long as you like. Maybe even pause the video, spend more time in the energy. And when you are ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the here and now. Notice more things in your environment where you are. Bring more awareness to this physicality in the arata hatara arata as much as you'd like. Maybe invite in some gentle movements. Maybe switch the cross of your legs or uncross your legs. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome in the new now. The present moment. Congratulations, my friends. You have completed day number 104. Only 4 more days remaining. I encourage you to journal in any way that you see fit, whatever came up, criticisms about Will, criticisms about anybody, anything, whatever came up for you. And if something comes up tomorrow about today, add to your journal. It doesn't have to be in pen and paper. You can use crayons. You can draw it. You can write yourself an email like I like to do. Don't limit yourself. Express yourself. They reminded me of humata, hukta, varshta, good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Or if we think, of the mind center, good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. I see it that way. And when our inner being, when we're experiencing this contrast of frustration and upset, it just means our inner being is telling us there's a different point of view. There's a different way of viewing it. A different way of experiencing it. One of my canned expressions, so I don't attach to it what someone else says. That's an interesting point of view. Or maybe even just, instead of, did I attract that? Maybe later on I'll do that. How did I attract that situation? If somebody's talking, it's about them. And if you're talking, it's about you. You may be trying to communicate, to resolve something, but it's all about you. And maybe when somebody's expressing themselves, it is about them. Maybe we take the time. We don't have to. We don't have to resonate. We can say, thank you. And enough's enough. Hatakarata atita hatara arkananiriarata. Kashihiskotorata. But just like Abraham Hicks suggests, to get back into alignment, gratitude, joy, creativity, laughter, are all great tools for getting back into alignment. Breathing is a great tool for getting back into alignment. Singing, to me, light language. To get back into alignment. Getting back into alignment is for your benefit. Forgiveness is for your benefit, not necessarily for the others. Maybe, but you feel so much better when you drop that weight, when you drop that worry, when you drop that anger, when you let it go, when you shine your inner being, when you get back to shining your inner being. And in any moment, you can always invite and allow, just think of that unconditional love that's all accepting and non-judging, fully supportive. Just by thinking about it, you are bringing it into the present moment. You are becoming it because you are focused on it. You are concentrating on it. Because you are aware of it, you know it's inside you as well. Because we cannot be aware of anything that is not inside us already. So uturuta hiskananati arata. Hiskatatar atkariarata. So I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss. Shine on. And you can just say, shine on, and your inner being will just start to glow. And make it a great day. I'm going to get some more water. Maybe stop these hiccups. And make it a great day, because why would you leave it up to anyone else? Akasi, takananatarata.